Hey guys, I'm Jax and I just saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie. This is probably my most anticipated movie of the year. I love the Mario franchise. I love the Donkey Kong franchise. I love these universes, these video game universes so very much. I'm not really much of a video game guy. Played a lot of Skyrim, a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but apart from that, I don't really play video games. Except for Mario. There's something about the Mario universe that I just adore. Just the design, the colors, the universe, everything is so visually interesting, and the games themselves are spectacular. Mario Kart, easily the best thing ever created. Absolutely love it. So the idea that I'm bringing all my favorite video game characters into a movie, my favorite medium, was just beyond exciting. My expectations for this film was sky high. I was so excited for this movie, but I also knew that this movie probably wasn't gonna break new ground and be kind of revolutionary in the way that kind of the Lego movie was, where it was this giant movie-long advertisement for Lego, but it had heart and emotion and it was surprising. But also my expectations for that film were so very low, and Lego isn't a brand or a thing that I really care about at all. Like, I don't hate Lego, but I love Mario. So just to see Mario and Luigi doing references to the video games, and oh boy, there are a lot of references and they're kind of spectacular and they're way more kind of, I don't know, charming and kind of, I don't know, it feels more like a celebration, more like kind of a, hey, how fun and awesome is Mario, than a member this, member berries, in the kind of cynical way that a lot of studios kind of member berry moments can feel. So I don't know, the way that this film kind of presented it and did it was just so fun and charming and lovely. But maybe I just love Mario so much, and maybe that's the nostalgia talking. I don't know. I loved this movie. But is it a good movie? I don't know. So let's dive into the good and the bad of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But before we, dive into all the things about the movie and do the review, I've got to take this hat off, because despite it looking amazing and charming, it's crushing my skull. It's so tight. I don't know, the design of it, it's just come around. It's just so tight. I kind of feel like my brain is slowly being crushed, and the idea that it's a hat, it's like, in a lot of ways, I'm like afraid to take the hat off, because I feel like if I take it off, will the top part of my head come with the hat? Because it's quite tight. Like, I don't want to end up like Lucy Liu in Kill Bill. So I'm a little afraid. So let's take the plunge and take it off. Oh my God. Oh, I feel like I can breathe again. Oh my God, my head is so much clearer. Oh. Whoopee! Let's go! So, let's address the controversy of this film, the casting of Chris Pratt. And I don't know, like, I have to agree with pretty much everybody. The casting initially kind of threw me, because every other casting decision, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, every single one of them, and all the other ones I've forgotten, all spectacular, amazing. Literally can't really think of anyone else I'd want to do those roles. And Chris Pratt just felt so safe, so easy, so just kind of generic. Like, it felt like they went, oh, we want to do the Lego movie, but for Mario. Chris Pratt, he did really good in that movie, and it's like, okay, sure, feels like the safe option. But I have to say, straight off the bat, one of the things that really surprised me in this movie was Chris Pratt as Mario. Loved him. Didn't really see Chris Pratt in the role. Like, after 3 or 4 minutes, I'm like, this is Mario. And they do a little fun thing at the start to kind of address the whole, it's a me, a Mario, whoopee, kind of voice situation of it all, and the fact that he doesn't sound like that the whole movie. I actually found that really funny. A great little kind of intro to this movie, and it kind of sets you up for what the movie is, which is Mario is from Brooklyn, and the whole film, which is kind of surprising to me in a lot of ways, is that it's kind of, the whole film feels like almost like a fish out of water film, where he kind of is introduced to the Mushroom Kingdom and all these things and situations. So I kind of really liked that angle. I think maybe some of my criticisms will be like some of the early stuff that's set up with him and Luigi don't feel like they're paid off in the way that I would have really liked. I think there's something they do with those two characters for most of the film, and I'm kind of like, oh, I would have probably preferred if you hadn't done it like that. But I don't know. I really, really enjoyed Chris Pratt as Mario. I enjoyed all the cast. They are all stunning. I think the standout is definitely Jack Black as Bowser. There are 2 or 3 moments where, because he's doing a bit of a voice where he's like, I'm Bowser. Rah, rah, rah. But there are 2 or 3 moments in the film where it's suddenly like, oh my lord, it's Jack Black doing Jack Black. I don't know. It was really exciting to me that they utilized Jack Black in this film, like more than just kind of having Jack Black in it, because Jack Black is famous. He'll get bums on the seats or whatever. And they really utilize what makes Jack Black, and he nails it. He kills it. The whole Bowser thing as well is just really, really funny. They take that kind of classic Mario trope of Bowser kind of wanting to kidnap Peach and wanting to have Peach as his, and they kind of, I don't know, not switch it up, but they kind of utilize that in an interesting way and kind of push it in a certain way. It's really fun to see these little asides with him alone. That was some of the highlights. I really enjoyed Bowser's interpretation in this film. One of the things that really surprised me about this movie in an amazing way was the soundtrack. The soundtrack is like 50% exactly what you expect the soundtrack to be, with the Mario songs from the video games, all the different ones, but they're kind of, I don't know, like, they like feel like they're new renditions where it's not exactly the same, where it's just like they just grabbed the clip and the sound clip and they just put it in. Like, they feel revamped and reutilized to be kind of movie versions of those songs. But then the other half of the soundtrack, and this doesn't sound like it would work. There are so many just big famous songs. Like, there is Take On Me by a-ha. There is an AC/DC song. There are so many songs where they just start and I'm like, what is this? And it is so close to reminding me of like Suicide Squad. But like, don't freak out. Don't get scared. I feel like it's exactly what Suicide Squad wanted to do, where there's just such an eclectic big range of songs where it's someone's favorites kind of, compilation on their Spotify. But for some reason in this movie, I found it just totally worked. The choices were so random and bizarre, but every time I was shocked, surprised, and then through that like 2-minute scene when they played that song, like I was just in love. There is a montage, there is a training montage to I Am a Hero. I Am the Hero. That song, I don't understand how it works, but it was just so fun. The animation in this film, the visuals in this film are breathtaking. They are stunning. They are spectacular. This is a gorgeous feast for the eyes of a movie. I was in awe of just how gorgeous and beautiful it looked, just on an animation level. So before I get to my negatives, yes, unfortunately, I do have some negatives, even though I did love this movie. But is it even a good movie? I don't know. Nostalgia and fan service, the movie, Super Mario Brothers Edition, totally worked for me. I loved it, but I did have negatives. I'm just gonna say, I might have to just quickly pause the video and go grab the hat, the Luigi hat. It's just, I don't know. It's like now that the pain has subsided and the throbbing in my brain and the feeling like my brain is being crushed by concrete on either side, just all sides of my head. Now it's gone and it's been like a period of time. I kind of miss it. Like, I kind of feel a little naked, it just feels like I'm not complete. Have I got Stockholm Syndrome for pain? I hope not. So unfortunately, I do have some negatives in this film. And oddly enough, I felt like one of my biggest negatives, the more I've thought about the film and kind of what I wanted from it, is the thing that I kind of didn't necessarily expect. But maybe I was like I expected to get the Mario references and then to do a video game Mario thing, but it's a movie. But maybe I was like secretly like hoping they would do this, but I also didn't expect it. And that's essentially what I would call the Lego movie thing or whatever. And that's kind of packing a secret emotional punch, like doing an advertisement for another thingy and being like, it's essentially an advertisement for all things Mario video games, the movie. But I was hoping like by the end I would just be overwhelmed with emotion, just like an emotional punch. Like, it's not like I wanted Will Ferrell, like I didn't want the movie to end and then it pan out and then Will Ferrell's like playing the video game as a dad and he's like, kids, you can't play this video game, something about parents in anger and accepting kids for who they are. Or I actually can't remember. Whatever was going on with the Lego movie. Like, I didn't want that to happen. Although if it did do that and then it panned out and all his kids were like the cast of the movie, like Jack Black's there, but he's wearing a diaper or something. Like, I mean, that would be the best moment in cinema history, obviously. Endgame portal sequence, get out of here, you piece of shit. I want to see Jack Black in a diaper as Will Ferrell's baby son, and they're playing Mario Kart, and he's got to understand that his kids are different, and then maybe he should let them win Mario Kart once in a while, rather than, like asserting dominance over them as a father who doesn't understand creativity or whatever the hell the Lego movie was doing. So despite it obviously not doing that, the potential greatest moment in cinematic history. So obviously, worst movie ever for that reason. But it also didn't really pack the emotional punch that it kind of, this feels harsh, but like it feels like it pretended to do. Like it kind of did it on a surface level. Like Luigi and Mario at the end are like, we're brothers and everything's the best ever. And like they high five and they do a big thing at the end. I won't spoil what, but there's a whole thing at the end and you're like, haha, family, brothers doing it together. And I just feel like, as someone who is a brother and who has a brother, I feel like that moment of two brothers, like just that moment at the end should have really hit me emotionally. And I should have ended the movie looking at my brother being like, oh, movies, right? Emotions, the heart, the feelings or whatever. Like often I feel like I have a cold, dead heart with no soul. But then I was expecting a movie like this to remind me, no, it does beat. That is still why I'm alive. I have a heart that beats. But this film kind of didn't. Like, it kind of relied on me being like, they did the thing from the thing, and it's Mario and Luigi, and they did the thing, and Bowser's there, Peach, Toad, Donkey Kong, other words and things from the thing I love. It's like they were doing all the things and the things I love and see, and know from the games, but it didn't really have that movie magic, emotional gut punch that I was hoping for. I feel like that's the main thing that stops this movie from being amazing. And maybe, like, in hindsight, after the adrenaline and the, oh my god, I'm like the freshness of seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie, once that subsides, am I going to be kind of more focusing on the fact that it didn't emotionally work in the way that it has the beats there-ish. And surprisingly, I'd say for a movie that is 90 minutes, like a kid's movie, animated movie, 90 minutes, just in and out, just that's all you need. But because they pack so many references and moments and set pieces and action bits and all this stuff going on, 90 minutes, it goes, like it feels like a montage. Like there are montages in the movie, but the movie itself does feel like a montage. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Like the first 15 minutes feel like the setup of a movie, and then it just goes. And I feel like some of these elements could have maybe not even saved for a sequel, but maybe if you just made it like an hour and 45 minutes, I mean, I would watch 2 hours of this movie. I don't think 20, 30 minutes more of a Mario movie would really make anyone, like, I don't know, can't see kids turning off, like, if you put in the right emotional beats. Like, there is a moment with Donkey Kong and Mario where the film is about to slow down, and you can feel them about to take a breath and have, like, a scene, and then, like, it stops, like, 30 seconds into the moment, and then just keeps going, and it's like, oh, okay, we go, and it's like, you don't need to have this kind of go attitude. You can just kind of, like, stop and take a breath and have a scene. But the film isn't really interested in doing that. It's kind of more interested in getting you to the next moment, doing the next thing, and the next reference, and the next set piece. And I didn't hate any of the bits. Like, I loved it so much. But I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I don't know, so often you watch a movie and you're like, could probably trim 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, a couple of seconds here. In this film, it's like, oh, I could have really added 10 minutes here, maybe even 10 minutes here, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a disappointment. Overall, I loved the Super Mario Brothers movie, but I don't know if it's a good movie at all. Like, I truly have no idea. I am super curious what people think. Please comment below. What did you think about the movie? Big yays, big nays. Are you all like, whoopee? Or you're like, let's no.